today.
From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh,
It's Week 16.
the holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Flushed out right. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Jackson finding space at the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards there for number 15.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 20 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity, because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
On third down, Jackson on target to his man, likely. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So here are the Steelers backed up to start their initial drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
Wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception bug. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 15 carries, 57 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The second down throw now from Stroud. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Gibson. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. The Ravens at 10-4 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Gibson. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 1st and goal at the 1. They'll run here with Moss. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll try to run with Gibson. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. First and 10, it's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Steelers send out their punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing is Jackson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Saunders. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did it in a big way there.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Stroud now on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Saunders. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Sanders is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, Gibson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Jackson. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson dancing to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To throw is Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7.50.
Yeah, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Gibson again. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Tucker now for the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He gets it left side to Johnson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They hand this off to Harris, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Stroud to throw it. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Watson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Allen, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Jackson now. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo.
It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. As Stroud now to throw. Setting up the screen, Harris. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
That swung out wide to Harris. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On first down, here's Stroud. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing now is Stroud. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. It's brought in by Harris. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Bengals who are out in front. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Stroud looking to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Now Stroud.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson
Got a man open. It's Chase.
and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
Complete to Likely.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Here's Jackson. And Hill with it over the middle. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Ravens send their punter out now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now out come the Steelers.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Stroud out of the gun here. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Stroud. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 39. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Ravens offense back out there. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now it's Jackson. On target to his man, Likely. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Well, the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Jackson. Throw left side taken in by Hill. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Jackson. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A give running right, Gibson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Gibson again. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Throw left side complete.
That's Marshall. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
A give running right, Moss.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The second down throw now from Stroud.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. Operating from the gun, Stroud. He's got the hook up with Conley.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
First and 10, it's Stroud.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Here goes Stroud again. Here's Freiermuth again.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Play action. Here's Stroud. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
They'll run on first down with Moss.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Right back to Moss.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This will be 3rd and 6. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They're going to run for it. It's Moss.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Open man Hamler. That's complete.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down. It's Watson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Gibson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now we're going to get a timeout here for an injured player, and that's Jamar Chase, who is in some obvious discomfort right now. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. He hits his target, left side, Watson. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the draw play. Allen. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. That's complete to Kyle. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. defense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Allen here on the screen. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again is Stroud. Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Stroud will look to throw once more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And the Ravens taking the field. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Baltimore, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year.